Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Sparks Toyota, and I'm checking out the all-new 2019 Toyota Avalon in the limited trim level. Now the limited is the more luxurious model and the highest trim level on the list. So let's go ahead and check it out. This Avalon is sitting on 235/45 hand-cooked tires, wrapped around 18-inch alloy wheels with a silver finish. Really accents the vehicle nicely, especially with this color. It also has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated disc rotors in the front and solid disc rotors in the back. According to the window sticker, the name of this color is Harbor Gray Metallic. Now, the reason why I say according to the window sticker, sometimes the window sticker may be wrong. So if it's different than that, then I'll leave all the color names in the description so you can check them out. But man, this is a really nice color. And this is, like I mentioned, one of the main reasons why I chose this vehicle is the interior and exterior color. So looking at the front here, and hopefully you can see it with the sun shining on it, it's just a, I don't know. I think this is a new color for Toyota, and I am very impressed with it. So looking at the front, that color blends in here on the grille, and it has the chrome accents around the outside of the grille. Functional vents right in here. So those actually go into the wheel wells. You have a sensor behind the badge here for your adaptive cruise control. And check out the styling. I was like obsessed with looking at the front end of this car for a few minutes. It has the active bending LED headlights with animated turn signals. All the lighting up front here is all powered by LEDs. Really sharp looking as well. Check out the length of this vehicle. Look at this sleekness and the curvature of the windows here. You can see it's coming down to a point, and all the glass is surrounded by chrome. The pillar is a gloss black, giving it that one solid look. Now the windows have been tinted by the dealership. It doesn't come from the factory that way, and it doesn't come from the factory with pinstripes. That's something that has been added as an option. But it has the body colored handles, side mirror, little shark fin antenna, all that stuff. It's all blended in quite nicely. And the wheels look good with this color as well. This is what the key looks like. It's a proximity key system designed to keep in your pocket, and you can use the vehicle 100%. Unlock the doors, lock the doors, start it up, drive, everything. So it has a lock unlock button, the ability to open up the trunk, and a panic button. Physical key located on the inside in case you need it. Let's go ahead and push that panic button. It has a nice deep horn for a large four-door sedan family luxury. It just matches. It matches the vehicle. As long as you have the key with you, I'm going to just throw it in my pocket. I can walk up to lock the doors. There's a little sensor right here indicated by those two little grooves. You just put your finger, thumb, whatever, over that sensor. It locks the doors. To unlock it, you simply put your hand behind the handle, and there's a sensor back there which will allow you access to the vehicle. So taking a look on the inside of the passenger side door, check it out. It has that brown. It's kind of like almost like a baseball glove style brown. The rest of it's black except for the handle, and you have a really nice wood grain up here. Feels good. As the exposed wood grain, I mean it's textured to where you can feel it. Soft touch surfaces are here on the top, here of course around your arm. Then it has this stitching, which is fantastic. It's basically a non-linear quilted style. It expands out with the pattern as it goes out. The handle goes in, and there's a little protective piece in there. I think that is for, I think it's partially for as you're gripping the handle here, your fingernails don't mess up the vinyl here. You have a pocket at the bottom. There's a threshold with the sill plate with the Avalon name. Power seats here for the passenger with a power lumbar adjustment, 4-way. You can even go up and down on the passenger seat. Heated and ventilated seats. Leather, stitched. You have that similar pattern here on the ends as the door. And check it out. There's non-uniform perforations here. Usually they're just kind of like in rows, looking like a cornfield. This has more of a scattered effect, like stars in the sky. Really impressive looking seats. Has a Berber style floor mat. Nice wide open space. Very little tiny bit of tapering right there, but it's just wide open. The dashboard, soft to the touch, and the wood grain carries over, extends over into the dash, as well as the brown here. It's all soft to the touch. Then you have an accent right there that extends into the vent, which is nice. Take a look at the glove compartment, and it has a flat bottom, which makes, you know, stacking things in there a little bit easier. And the little compartment in the back, that's where you can easily change your cabin filter, but you do have to clean out the glove compartment to do it, which it's good to clean it out every once in a while anyway. Interior and exterior colors blend nicely. The inside of the back door has a similar styling as the front, maintaining that stitched design, soft touch here, all the way around your arm, and then your hard touch surfaces are at the very bottom. Has the JBL speaker surrounded by a gloss black. You have the Avalon sill plate and the rear threshold as well. And check out these seats, really impressive. Here in the back as well, they're heated. Have the latch system that's easy to get to. Armrest with cup holders. A little place to prop up your cell phone, I suppose. The seats also fold down. Let's go ahead and put this up so you can see the center position. The seats fold down in a 60-40 split. You have pockets on the back of both front seats. You also have your heated seat controls, two, count them, two USB charge ports. You don't have to fight over one back here as a passenger. You have that gloss black around the outside with the vents. So looking at the back of the vehicle, you have the little shark fin antenna at the very top, body colored right here. The third brake light is at the very base of the rear glass. All LED tail lights, turn signal with an animation, reverse lights, everything LED powered. A lot different from the previous Toyota products. Backup camera in the very center position. Check it out right there. Perfect. And check it out. This is different from the other trim levels. The exhaust tips. So it has one single large one painted black on the inside, giving it that wide appearance instead of a split quad exhaust. I think this looks a little bit better to me, but they both look good. Okay, so opening up the trunk, there is a little button. Since you have the backup camera in the very center, they offset the button, which is perfect. It's right over here on the left side of the N, between the O and the N. You can see it right there. Then you have LED tag lights. You also have a physical key location back here as well. Love the fact that the backup camera is in the very center. And the trunk lifts up quite a lot. It's over top of the glass. It kind of gets out of your way so you don't bump your head, hopefully. All right, so I'm going to put all the specifications and volumes and all that stuff in the description. But you have like grocery bag holders. You can put a net pocket back here. It actually comes with a net pocket. There's some exposed metal back here with the speakers. Extends over here to the right as well. Let's lift this up. And this has a little hook on it, so you can lift it up, hook it right there. It's not very heavy, but just to hold it up for you, so you can access your tools for your spare tire. This is actually removable, the styrofoam, which is nice and light. You can lift this up or take it out, and there's your spare tire. There's your net pocket, and your front tag holder is down here as well. So the seats split. You can see the split right here. So you can fold down one or the other, or both. If you fold down one, then you can maintain some passenger space while adding to your cargo space. But folding them both down really adds a tremendous amount of extra cargo space that you can have. Long boxes, the stuff like that. So it has a locking fuel door. Let's go ahead and open it up. You can see it has a traditional cap, tether, and a little place to hang the cap there while you're pumping gas. Okay, I have the key inside the vehicle. Let's go ahead and start it up. I'll put my foot on the brake, hold it, and let's go ahead and push this little button right here to start it up. Seat's getting in position for me, so I guess the memory seat is activated. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You can see the floor mat actually hooks in place in two places here on this side, keeping it in place. And there your accelerator and brake pedal. You can see the accelerator pivots at the very bottom, goes all the way to the bottom. And then you have a footrest here on the far left. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. To open the hood, there is a latch a little bit to the right of center here. You can just reach in, move it to the left. You can see it right here. That's how you open it up. And it goes up by itself, which is really nice. You can see it has the insulated under portion of the hood with the seals on the front, sides, and back. This helps out with airflow as well as noise. It also has an insulated firewall as well, which helps out with noise. And then you have the struts here braced in with a brace basically attached right there, and it goes straight across to there. Your battery is easy to get to, and you get to see a little bit of motor up here. It's covered up with plastic, but you can see a little bit here in the front. This is actually the front of the engine. It's a V6. You have 3 cylinders going this way, 3 cylinders go that way, and the transmission's back here. So it's a 3.5 liter V6, 301 horsepower, paired to an 8-speed, that's right, 8-speed transmission. And it's one of those transmissions that has a very smooth shifting transmission. The inside of the driver's side door is just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. All 4 windows are automatic, one touch, up or down. So let's go ahead and raise this one up. And you see it's been tinted by the dealer, that's not factory. Let's go ahead and push it down, but let's stop it right there because I want to show you that it has laminated glass. So basically it has a piece of glass out here, piece of glass on the inside with an acoustic material on the inside. This makes a stronger, thicker piece of glass, but also it keeps outside sound vibrations from reaching its way in the vehicle through the glass. So that helps out with keeping a quiet vehicle and just overall stronger door. Side mirrors are adjusted right at this little joystick here. You just pick a side and adjust it. And then you have 2 presets here for your seats. So the passenger has a power seat with 4-way lumbar adjustment as well. And they get a equally awesome seat. Let me know what you think of these seats. Let me know what you think of everything about this vehicle. There's particular things you like or don't like or whatever. Leave it in some comments. Really helps out with other people shopping for vehicles like this, and you might be able to add something to this discussion. Of course you will. So you have the auto high beams. You can turn that on, so that way it'll auto dim your high beams. Traction control off, default will be on. Heated steering wheel button right here. Trunk release, fuel door release. You can reset your trip. There's your interior gauge dimmer switch. And then it has a power, tilt, and telescoping steering column, which you can set up with your presets on your seat. Okay, so sitting in the driver's seat, checking it out. Not only do these seats look good, but they really are comfortable, especially with the four-way lumbar adjustments and everything. Right now I actually have the seats all the way down and all the way back to give you an idea of the possible legroom. So I'm 6 feet tall, and this is just too far back. I feel like a toddler. Can't even touch really any of the pedals. I have to really stretch out to really touch them, and so there's plenty of room here. And check out the steering wheel. Heated steering wheel with the perforations there on the sides in the brown. And then the smooth black leather at the top and bottom. A little bit thicker there on the bottom, but the thickness is really good, and it has the soft touch, comfortable. A little bit thinner here at the top. Cruise control is here on the right side, so it has the adaptive cruise control, in which you can set the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you there. It also has the lane departure alert and the active steering assist buttons here. So this will actually alert you if you're going to change your lanes, but it'll also keep steering the steering wheel if you happen to like not pay attention or whatever. It's going to keep you in your lane, but it'll eventually alert you and say, hey, get your hands on the wheel. You can check out the test drive video. I tested it out briefly. And then the normal cruise control settings here. Down here and over here is for your radio. So you have your volume for your radio, voice recognition mode, so your audio source, and then you're changing through your tracks. On the left side here, these buttons correspond with the screen between the gauges, along with the back button, and then the Bluetooth phone control is right there. Windshield wiper controls are on the right side, turn signals on the left, along with your headlight switch. So you have daytime running lights off, automatic, parking, and then your headlights. Alright, so looking at the gauges, nice recessed gauges with the black background, white lettering, and I really like the white dials wrapped around there, accenting each gauge here on the side. So you have your RPMs on the left, with your engine coolant temperature. On the right side is your fuel gauge and your speedometer. And in the very center, you have at the very top, you can see your lane keep assist, your steering assist, your lane departure alert system. Those lines there indicate that's turned on. So let's go ahead and turn that off so you can see that they turn off. When I turn it on, they show back up. Same thing with your adaptive cruise control. It's going to give you some little indicators there as well. So your digital speedometer is in the center, outside temperature, as well as your trip, and you can cycle that to your odometer if you like. Now you can see your digital speedometers there, and it has these little icons here on the left side. So I'm going to use these buttons that I showed you before on the steering wheel to cycle through. This is part of a menu system. So right now, the digital speedometer, I can scroll up and down. You can see the icons there on the left side. I can get more information, different screens. Turn features on and off. Now on the digital speedometer, I can scroll to the right, and this will give me my fuel economy information, things like that. So scrolling down, so you have a compass, whatever your radio is doing. So this is your blind spot, your different safety systems here. and you can get your tire pressure there as well. And here's different systems you can turn on or off, or go into the settings on each one. Stored messages, then it goes back here. So that's kind of a quick rundown of what's between the gauges. You don't have to go into all that stuff all the time, it's just there in case you need it. Really nice, big touchscreen, and it's disconnected from the dash, and I think that's a common thing because the lay of the dash can be a different contour than the screen. So you want the screen to be a certain contour for your eyes, also a certain height up, so that you don't have to look down so far to look at the screen. So disconnecting the style from the dashboard and the screen allows them more flexibility in the styling of the dashboard and the screen. So I think it's a good idea. When I first saw a style similar to this, it just looked like a tablet just kind of sitting on the dash. Now I'm getting used to it, and I think I understand why they're doing that, and it makes a lot of sense. So it has some physical buttons here on the sides. Around your touchscreen you have a volume knob, tune through the stations. So here's your home screen here. So it has a split between your map, your audio, and then your range and miles per gallon information here, and this is customizable. Let's go ahead and push menu so we can go into specific things that we want to go into. Put in a destination, we can go to our radio, phone, projection. So projection allows you to hook up Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to the vehicle by plugging in your cell phone, and then that way it'll install the appropriate program. So you have information. Let's go ahead and push that so you can see, show your economy, you can get weather alerts, traffic accidents. This is all additional information here. And then setup, this will be all your settings. And then apps, this just shows you your Pandora, iHeartRadio, Slacker, NPR One, Yelp, different features that you can, infotainment basically, stocks. This is all going to use data from your cell phone once you pair a device. Let's check out the radio screen here. So you have AM, FM, satellite radio, USB, Bluetooth, Pandora. You also have, different auxiliary inputs, things like that. So let's go into the satellite radio. So you can see your presets are there at the very bottom, and then the information screen, and of course you can go back and change your source, you can adjust your sound, all that stuff. Let's look at the map, see if we can pinch zoom. Yeah, we can do that, just like our cell phone. And we look and see where airports are, we can see the main roads. As we zoom in, we're on 501. As we zoom in, it gets more detailed. We can zoom in and out here as well, more precisely. So we're at Sparks Toyota here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That's on 501, directly away from the ocean. So it's, you can see right there. So we can seek tracks right here. We can set up phones. We can go into that. There's a physical button for the apps button. Climate control is down here. So we have your temperature for your driver and your passenger. Heated and ventilated seats are 3-stage, high, medium, and low. Let's go ahead and turn the passenger one off, so since it's not being used. It does make a little bit of noise. Of course, it's a fan blowing. So here's your fan speed here in the center. Front and rear defrosters. When you turn on your rear defroster, it will turn on your heated side mirror. Recirculate the air where you want the air to blow. Sync both your driver and passenger there as well. So down here is a pass-through. So this could be accessed on the sides, on either side, or here in the front. And you can use this as a little storage space, as a 12-volt power supply. So if you wanted to plug in a device and lay it here, that's fine. You can also push this back, and there's a wireless charger. So this is where you can plug in, to the 12-volt, just charge. You can also charge your cell phone by laying it in there. If it's a wireless, QI wireless device, you just lay it there and it just automatically starts charging. And I've tried it with my phone. It's mine's a Samsung. It's a 8 Plus, the one of the larger ones, and it's able to charge through a case, and I've tried multiple cases and it seems to charge fine. There's a cup holder. Here's another cup holder, but you notice it's flat right here because you can set your cell phone in there and lay it, prop it up in there. So that's handy. Because when you get in the vehicle, you want a place to put your cell phone, because you usually have it in your hand. You want a quick place to just drop it. You don't want to have to, you know, open compartments or anything. So I like the way they have that. So here's your shifter. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse. You can see the backup camera with the active guidelines. You have different views here. You can also turn the lines. Have different options there as far as the lines go. There's neutral, there's drive, sport mode, in which you can change gears like a ratchet shifter. You have eco, normal, and sport. So this will adjust the stiffness of the steering wheel. It'll also adjust the shift points on the transmission, things like that, to give you the different effect. So the eco will focus more on fuel economy. The normal will be just kind of an average, and sport will focus more on performance and less fuel economy, basically. Then you have a brake hold. So as long as you have this turned on, you can stop at a stop sign or a stoplight for an extended period of time. It'll keep holding the brake for you, so you don't have to hold the brake the whole time. When you push the accelerator, it'll automatically just release the brake and allow you to go. The parking brake is right here. Now this is set right now to where when I put it the vehicle in park, automatically engages the parking brake. So it's an electronic parking brake that tightens up the rear wheels. So as I put it in drive, it disengages. You can see the light goes away and you can actually hear it disengage. When I put it back in park, it re-engages. But you can manually, you know, engage it and disengage it with this button right here. Okay, so here's your armrest. It's a soft to the touch, very soft. Look at that, very soft armrest, and it's contoured. Goes back here quite a ways. And you see this line? This is the property line. So the passenger gets this little tiny piece over here, and the driver gets the big piece. So just make sure you let them know that that's what that line is, that stitching. It's not just an accent, it's actually a property line, keeping them off of your territory. All right, so you push that button, and this lifts up, kind of stays right where you leave it, so it doesn't flop back down, which is nice. It has a felt lined tray, and it's one thing about this compartment, it's all black felt. It has this tray that's removable, but it's not very easy to see in there, especially if you have you're driving with sunglasses or whatever. It's not super easy to see. There is a little light in there which helps out at nighttime, but if it was a lighter color, that would help. Now it has this little carpet at the bottom. It's a really thick felt line. Now I wonder if you were to just get like a lighter colored carpet and put it at the bottom, that'd probably help out. Let's look in there now, so you can see the little bolts in there. There's also USB chargers and a USB input. With your, if you look closely, you can see the auxiliary input there as well. So chargers there on the left, input on the right. Also, I want to point out there's little places right here for wires to go in and out of the compartment. So as you plug in, you can run it through this little place, so that way the lid doesn't pinch your wires. Because as you know, the cables get quite expensive and you don't want to damage them. Okay, so you can see the side mirrors are actually auto dim right now. They have the blind spot detection system on the side mirrors, which is going to be hard to see right now. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you can see them a little bit there. There's the blind spot. That's also the rear cross traffic alert indicators as well. So you don't get to see auto dim mirrors during the day that much, because typically that doesn't happen. The reason why they're auto dim, because I had this shade over the light sensor. So you can see the rear view mirrors auto dim as well, except for the corner. So it's basically a frameless type rear view mirror, but when it auto dims, you can see where the actual frame is. You can turn the auto dim feature on or off right here, and then you have your HomeLink garage door opener controls there on the very bottom. Alright, so you have some lights up here. You can turn on all your interior lights by pushing that button. You can have them turn on with the door, pushing that button. So there's mood lighting. So I haven't seen this vehicle at nighttime yet, so I don't know exactly what the mood lighting does. So I'm really anxious to find out what that does. It probably has something to do with some kind of ambient lighting or whatever. But one of these days, I'll get a chance to get it and at nighttime. So hopefully that'll be soon. It's in the middle of the summertime, so it gets dark late. So we'll have to just see. And then you have this cover over an emergency roadside assistance button there. Visors. They have mirrors and lights in them. They also slide out. Has a little clip on the underside here. You see see right now the bright light coming through? You can't see anything. I mean, it's hard to see in here, right? There's a lot of glare, there's a lot of backlight. That's why I use a shade. I'm not sure why. I see a lot of other channels, they don't use a shade. I mean, you can't, it's really, really hard to see. It just looks like crap. And let me know why. You know, let me know in the comments why, like, big time professional car video makers, reviewers or whatever, they don't put a shade in the window when they make a video of the inside of the car. I've been doing it since 2015, and you would think that they would at least copy me, but I don't know. Maybe they just didn't think of it. Who knows? All right, so now it's time to look at the sunroof. See, the shade covers up 100% of the light, which is good, because on a hot day like today, you just want to keep the light out. You don't want to be baking in the sun when it's already 100 degrees out. So this is a tinted sunroof. Let's go ahead and move it back. Push it again, it goes a little bit further back. We can also tilt it. All right, let's look at the visibility in the back. Okay, so you have the windows behind the back seats, and the headrests are getting in the way a little bit. But other than that, pretty good visibility, I would say. It's a big car. I mean, it has a lot of glass on the sides, big rear glass, and that's why the glass kind of goes over the trunk a little bit, making it kind of like a cave effect there. So that way you get a little bit better visibility and a little bit harder access to the trunk. Well, that's just the way it is, one or the other. All right, so there you have it. 2019 Toyota Avalon in the limited trim level. This is a very impressive car, and I was all excited earlier. I really like it. I'm still excited about this car, and I'm really happy to show it off. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Sparks Toyota, which I do not work for allowing me to show the vehicle off at their dealership. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And keep watching the video, because I'm going to have a lot of extra footage at the end, especially the window sticker, which details all the features and price and everything. Okay, see you next time. Thank you.